waiting to hear more about the description of a self-realized individual. What does Krishna say in this shloka?
Let's chant the shloka to see what it says. Repeat after me. Yada samharate chayam,
Yada samharate chayam,
kurmanganiva sarvashah,
kurmanganiva sarvashah,
indriyanindriyarthebhyastasya,
indriyanindriyarthebhyastasya,
prajna pratishtita.
prajna pratishtita.
Very good. Let's chant it together now. Yada samharate chayam, kurmanganiva sarvashah, indriyanindriyarthebhyastasya prajna pratishtita.
Please explain the meaning of the shloka now.
In this shloka, Lord Krishna says, one who is able to withdraw his senses from sense objects, as a tortoise draws his limbs within the shell, is firmly fixed in perfect consciousness. In the previous shlokas, Lord Krishna described a self-realized individual as someone who finds satisfaction in self alone, is free from attachment, fear, and anger, and lives in perfect equanimity through both happiness and sorrow. Here he describes how such a person acts in the world. He says that just how a tortoise at the slightest hint of danger can quickly withdraw its limbs into its protective shell, a man of steady wisdom is also capable of withdrawing his senses from the material world and keep his focus on the higher self. Normally, most of us live a life dictated by our senses. We see a donut or a cookie and immediately our mind is consumed by the thought of having it.
It's really hard to resist. How can I not want to have a donut or a cookie when I see it?
Yes, no doubt it is hard to restrain our senses, not just for children but for most adults too. This becomes a problem when, driven by the senses, the mind develops an attachment to the object. For some reason, if we cannot get that object, the mind gets agitated and unhappy. The happiness that comes from getting the object of desire is also short-lived. By living a life constantly being driven by our senses, the end result is only more misery and frustration. Instead, if we can focus and align our intellect with God consciousness, which is the very seat of supreme bliss, our senses will no longer be enchanted by temporary worldly pleasures. We can remain in a state of steady bliss and wisdom.
So, learn how to be a tortoise and withdraw your senses. Even when you see a cookie, but can't we still eat it without an agitated mind?
Yes, there is absolutely no harm in enjoying a cookie. Just don't let the desire for it disturb your mind. In the shlokas ahead, Lord Krishna will talk about the dangers of constantly giving in to one's senses.
Okay, let's go to the meaning aha.
Yes, let's go to the meaning aha now.